are down here, y'all. What's up? I'm sorry if I was too loud for y'all right now, but I'm excited this morning. You know why? Let me tell you. Wait, we gotta get part. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the people know you stopped by. I'm gonna tell you something. I woke up this morning. I think it was like about 5:20, right? I'm supposed to be getting up at 5 o'clock, to get all my shit together. Do my my affirmations and stuff like that, my little meditation and stuff like that. So I'm in the middle of my affirmations, and when I'm in the middle of my affirmations in the morning, I typically post one of them or two to Twitter. That's like letting Twitter know, girl, she's up, your girl's up. Your girl is up. So I get up this morning, so I'm doing my normal thing. Come on, Eve. Hey, come on, Eve. Okay, so I had to get pumped. I was pumped this morning. I was really excited, y'all. Okay, so Okay. Let me get myself together first. Let me turn the car. I had to leave the air on just for a little bit because I started getting hot. I was hot all this morning. And can you tell I need to dye my hair already again? Okay, so this morning I get up, like I said, about 5:20. I think it was like 5:24 or something like that. And play those numbers. And I said I went on after I posted Twitter. I usually don't hang out unless something catches my eye. I like to get all my shit done and then get on Twitter or check social media, check the news, all of that stuff. So I was like, okay, so I was posting my shit to Twitter, and I was like, I don't know what made me go to the notifications, and I was like, notifications, and my girl Nakisha B, shout out to you, Diva, because I would have never known, honey. Shout out to you. She's like, Erica, you made the list. I was like, girl, what list, girl? And then she posted a picture. Bitch, let me tell y'all, on screenrant.com, shout out to the contributor, Justin Smith. Baby, he gave a shout out to the 10 best reality recap shows to watch about the Real Housewives. He shouted us out, y'all. He shouted us out. We are number 7 on the list here. Number 7. I'm trying to get my shit together. My face was all hot this morning. I was so excited this morning. It was like, this is something great to wake up to. I was like, yes, come on. So he he basically said, I'll put it up so y'all can see it. He shouted out some people. Shout out to Chris and Niecy and Jill Informed, and who else? Justin James with King of Reeds. All of us is on here. I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. I was so excited. Okay, so we are down here. We are excited. Thank you, Justin Smith. Shout out to all the other creators that made the list. We made number 7, lucky number 7. I was really excited. I don't know if I've ever made a list before. I don't know, but I would have never known. And then I went in there to tell my sons. I was like, look, y'all, look. They looking at me like, girl, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. What the hell? And then my youngest son, who is very much into movies and movie production and stuff like that, he was like, Screen Rant. He was like, that's good. I was like, ah! Shout out to me. Shout out to y'all. Thank you, all the subscribers. They shouted y'all out too in the damn little thing. It's really cute. So go read it. Go check it out. I put it on the community page, baby. I put it everywhere. I put it on Twitter. I put it on IG. It's everywhere, so you can't miss it. Go read the little excerpt. It's cute. Thank you. Shout out to Screen Rant and Justin Smith at Screen Rant. Shout out to y'all. Okay, now we down here to talk about Real Housewives of New York City. New York City. Hey. Yeah, come on, Keisha. So we down here. So Real Housewives of New York came back after being off for a week. So I'm leaving my car on just for a little while because she is hot. Yes, y'all, I'm excited. I was excited. I don't know if I'm hot because I had my sea moss gel this morning. My sea moss capsules. But bitch, I don't know what's going on. So I'm kind of excited. Anyway, so they're getting ready for the Harlem Nights party, right? And we meet this girl named Bershawn. I like that name, actually. I was like, that's a pretty name. Bershawn and Ramona. Ramona's new friend. Remember last week or the week before last, Ramona had posted a picture of her new black friend. So and Sonya kind of said that she thought, when I saw the previews, or not the previews, the reviews or the recaps from the other episodes, I did not realize that Sonya suggested that her friend might be racist. Girl, what? Like, did you really just do that? I was like, ooh, I don't know how I would feel about that if you was my friend. If you was down here saying that I might be using black people for clout or trying to make it seem like I'm not racist. I was like, ooh, okay. So they're going to this speakeasy in Harlem. And speakeasies were typically like in secret. So you kind of had to walk through an alley, down the side, to the left, knock 3 times on the top, 2 times on the bottom, and once in the middle, and then say a secret word, and you can get into the speakeasy where they was doing, their thing or whatever during the Harlem Renaissance. Leah shows up. Luann shows up with this zebra outfit on. The stairs were a mess. They couldn't get down the stairs because, it's supposed to be in a secret place. It was like one of the oldest speakeasies. I guess they're still open or whatever. And, yeah, my hair needs to be dyed. I keep looking at it because it's like dark. You see, it's dark. My hair is going. I need to dye and cut it. And so we introduced Bershawn to Ebony. Right here. Here's my black friend. Here's my other black friend. On the way there, Bershawn and Ramona are having like this small talk about how, when they first met, and how Ramona was just, I guess, forthright with her about her daytime lashes. Like, the lashes she had on were for the nighttime. They weren't for the daytime. And she was like, right then I knew that you would be my girl. Cause I was like, okay, you ain't rolled the Ramona coaster yet, girl. Just wait. Bershawn, I was looking at Bershawn like, girl, have you watched? Do you know Ramona Singer? Cause girl, just wait, okay? So she tells Sonya, I've heard so much about you and this and that. And Bershawn comes in with this like magnetic energy. I don't know what y'all think about Bershawn when she came through. I was like, Bershawn wait a minute, bitch. Did Ramona bring Bershawn to replace Ebony? Yes, there can be more than one black girl in a white girl friend group, but still, we already know what's going on. I was like, girl, she has more energy than Ebony. She was really giving me what I needed. I was like, yes, Bershawn, I like her. She described herself as vivacious, and I was like, that's perfect. So they're sitting there. Here's the thing. They start the party. There's this guy behind, a mixologist, and they're going to start making these drinks. And I'm like, okay, Ebony, we need to read the room. Like, I know what the speakeasy is for. I know the Harlem Renaissance. I know all of this stuff. I know this stuff, but you have recovering alcoholics in your group. So I'm trying to figure out, you have 2 girls in your group who don't drink, Leah and Luann. Ramona, she drinks, but not to the point where she's turtle time. She's not that. I think she saw that and was like, girl, never again. Never again. Because we really haven't seen Ramona that drunk ever again. Turtle time. Think about it. She's been tipsy, but I don't think, because her father, her backstory, her father was an alcoholic and very violent. Girl, what is a car doing on the damn soccer field at the park? That's weird. That's suspicious. So anyways, Ebony, read the room, girl. You have alcoholics in your group, recovering alcoholics, people who are trying not to drink. So it was a little weird that she had that. So they asked the bartender to take a picture, right? The bartender, he gets everybody, they getting all together. And when you look at the picture, it was all the white girls on one side, on the black girls on the other side. And Ramona, trying to be, I guess, the woke white woman, I guess. And she was like, I don't like the picture. I don't like the black girls on one side and white girls on one side. Let's mix it up. And so it was very awkward because they were trying to figure out who should go and whatever. And it was just very awkward. And then Sonya and Leah was like, girl, Ramona is trying too hard. They were like, I know, girl, she's doing the most. She's trying to be on her best behavior, right? So they all sit down at the table. They sit down at the table, and it really turns into school. I thought the candles with the patron saints of the Harlem Renaissance I thought it was beautiful. I think the candles were called, I could just call them patron saints of the Harlem Renaissance, but that's not what they were called. Like it was Billie Holiday, James Baldwin. Who else did she have on the candles? She had a bunch of different candles with all of these. I think one was called Speakeasy. It was all different names that they had. Hold on. I was trying to see. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't write down who all had the different candles. I thought that was a perfect thing for their little occasion, right? Girl, I had to look at the damn recorder and make sure the shit was recording. Leah makes this comment that Ebony is really all about teaching, right? It's all about teaching, but I'm pretty sure that these women do not care about history. And especially Black history. And it's no shade, no tea, no shade. But this is a common thing, like with America as a whole. Like a lot of people discount Black history as American history. But a lot of people don't really give a damn about history. I feel like, let me finish, and then I'm going to tell you what I feel about what Ebony did. Luann, she makes a comment. She said, this is not the Harlem that I know, because before Luann lets us know that she used to go to Harlem all the time. She went to Sylvia's. Shout out to Sylvia's. I've been to Sylvia's. She used to go to Harlem all the time, right? So she was like, this is not the Harlem that I know. Where's the music? It was no music. They were just sitting in this room. It wasn't like no jazz playing over a sound system or something. It wasn't anything playing. And I don't know, maybe they couldn't play it because, they're mic'd up and it's, you don't want to drown the sound out. But I feel like it could have been some music or something. I was like, it's something missing. Sonya was like, when you go out with Ebony, she's going to basically talk your ass to death. She's a journalist, a lawyer, whatever she was saying that she is. So you can expect her to talk your ass to death. Ramona said, if I knew it was going to be an agenda, I just really would have hoped that, from an hour, we're going to learn about the Harlem Renaissance. For the next hour, we're going to sit and talk about the Harlem Renaissance. But they were wearing Ebony's ass out. They were wearing her out. I just said, read the room. I couldn't imagine. And even Leah said, I don't think that she's holding their attention enough, right? They really thought they was going to come here and have a good time. Harlem, I understand, okay? Oh, baby, wait. And then they were going across the table, whatever, right? So Bershawn says, girl, I love that you're doing this. I love that we can know this history. It's American history, Black American history, and this and that. And, but I'm so tired of the separation. We're all the same. Oh, shit. Oh shit, Bershawn, you done tore your drawers with Ebony. Ebony cut her eyes at Bershawn like, bitch, what? We're all the same. I don't think so. She was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if we're all the same, right? That was it. After Bershawn said that, the cameraman shot out to production. The cameraman kept getting Ebony cutting her eyes at Bershawn. Did y'all see it? She was not here for Bershawn after she gave her All Lives Matter speech. She gave her All Lives Matter speech and it was over for Ebony. She says what they need is a better understanding of our uniqueness. And this was Ebony's intention. However, this is what I think. Ebony had the cards, the place cards that gave everybody like the personality they embody of someone from Harlem. She read the cards for them. They didn't even get to read their own cards. So it really felt like she was teaching them. Instead of, to me, I felt like you probably could have had images up. I don't know what the budget was, but I'm sure the candles were not cheap. I feel like you could, instead of giving them those cards, you could have had like their images up on canvases or whatever, like pictures up with the information on the bottom, like, Luann, this is your whoever. I think she gave her Billie Holiday, right? Luann, you're Billie Holiday, and here's a little something about Billie Holiday. I felt like it would have been better than passing cards around and then you reading them, and it's like not allowing them to even engage in the learning process. That's boring as fuck. Trust me, it's boring as hell to listen to somebody teach you and not include you in the learning process. It's boring, and more than likely they're not going to retain whatever it is that you're telling them, because it doesn't feel like they're included. So why do I even need to pay attention? Because they don't. I think, like, to me, I feel like even if it was like a tourist attraction, like that could have been something. A lot of those women don't go to Harlem at all. Some people never leave their borough. They live in New York their entire life and never leave. They live and die, born, live, and die in their borough. And that's just what it is. So it's not uncommon for them to be like, girl, I don't go to Harlem. That is too far. Like, even though New York is like this big, that's too far, girl. It is too much. So we get it. So I felt like, if even as tourists, okay, I'm gonna bring my friends to Harlem so they can learn about the Harlem Renaissance. We're gonna be in a speakeasy. I'm gonna have these pictures up. I'm gonna give you some candles as gifts, and we're just gonna have a good time. It's not gonna be a learning session where Ebony is standing at the front of the room hearing herself talk. I said to myself, and I said it on Twitter last night, Ebony loves to hear herself talk. I'm convinced. And she pissed me off at the end. I'm going to tell you. She pissed me off in that scene with Ramona. It was very triggering for me. I didn't like how she was interacting with Ramona. I didn't like it. It was very aggressive. I didn't like it at all. We'll get to it, right? Ramona's talking about how she needs to leave. She's going to leave in a little while. The women were very bored. They were bored. They kind of made, talking about her or whatever. Bershawn was, working the room. All the girls were talking. Ebony kept looking at her like, girl. And I don't know if Ebony felt... I felt two things about the way that Ebony felt. I felt either she was experiencing tokenism, right? Where I'm the only black girl in this group, but here comes this other black girl, high energy, vivacious, drawing people into her. People are interested in what she has to say. More interesting than you, textbook Tina. You know what I'm saying? It's like, girl, I felt like that's what Ebony was experiencing. But then Ebony said in the interview, it was because of the "we all are the same" speech that she made. We're all the same. She was like, she didn't like that. Now, I don't know how long that excerpt went of Bershawn saying that we're all the same. So I understand where Ebony is coming from. But it's not that serious in that environment. Like, it's like, why are you, it's supposed to be fun. And it didn't seem like it was fun. It didn't seem like it was fun. Or even, you know what, she could have even did, like, it's a pandemic. Cause I was like, she could have even did like impersonations or people, like, I don't know. Or even played like, even play like charades, like let's play, like let's make this interactive so we're learning about things. I don't know. It could have been, it fell flat for me, Ebony. I'm sorry. I know your intentions were good, but I was like, girl, it's a no for me. It is a no for me. Bershawn and Leah are having a conversation that Bershawn is a cancer survivor. She had stage 4 cancer, bitch. She was only given a few months to live, and that was 13 years ago. Shout out to Bershawn for being a cancer survivor and all the cancer survivors out there. It was a little rough for Leah to have that conversation because her grandmother had just passed with that. So they kind of connected with that and saying how it was wonderful that she, she beat cancer. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, girl, I don't give a fuck about shit. I just live my life. And you could tell. I was like, I'm sorry, Ebony. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. Bershawn needs to be on Real Housewives of New York next season. Ebony is more than welcome to come back, and we don't have to play the token thing. Bershawn is that girl. Sorry, y'all. That's how I feel. What did y'all think? Did y'all like Bershawn? Bershawn might be a little too much for some of us, right? She might be a little too much, but I like her. So the table was set up nice or whatever. Ramona tells us she's getting into transcendental meditation. Girl, okay, girl. All right, so she had to leave. She even showed us her vertigo because she kind of like fell. And Sonya was like, "Yeah, that's her inner ear." Like, girl, y'all so funny. That's her inner ear. You see that? You see that? I thought that when Ramona said she had to leave, and Sonya blurted out that it might be her vertigo, and she was like, "Girl, how did you know?" She's like, "Girl, because I know you." I thought that was like, it felt like two girlfriends who know, like, girl, when I'm ready to leave, I'ma say that I'm about to leave, and bitch, you say, is it your vertigo? So I can get the fuck up out of here. I felt like that's what it was. Did y'all believe Ramona? Because Luann rolled her eyes when Ramona was like, woo. Luann was like, girl, please. It was funny. So Ebony was annoyed the entire time. She was sipping her drink like this, doing like this, cutting her eyes at the girl. I was like, okay, Ebony was not feeling Bershawn at all. The next day, Ebony and Leah go out for lunch. Oh my God, I've been talking for 25 minutes. Okay, we gotta hurry up. Ebony and Leah go out to lunch. She says Harlem went well. Do you think it resonated with the girls? And they started playing this music, and Leah was like, well, yeah, I mean, no, tell her the truth. But she ended up telling her the truth in a very nice way. Leah did a good job at letting Ebony know that basically people are scared to get it wrong, right? That's understandable. People are afraid to say things because I don't want to be attacked or canceled or thrown out. I don't want any of that. So I'm careful with what I say, right? People don't want smoke, right? They don't know how offensive they are. This is what Leah was saying about the women. Leah was trying to explain to Ebony about the Harlem Nights experience, and Ebony kept cutting Leah off and finishing the words that Leah was trying to, come up with to explain how the women were feeling, and Ebony kept finishing her sentences like, okay, yeah, girl, because they were like, I was like, Ebony, why are you doing that? It was so annoying. I was like, girl, shut up. Let Leah talk. You like to hear yourself talk. Let Leah talk and tell you what the experience was without you interjecting how you think or what you think she's about to say. Because Leah was just like, yeah. Like every time she finished her sentence, Leah was like, yeah. And basically she said that it was intimidating, that Ebony can come off intimidating, and you need to chill. She was like, yeah, because I don't need to be the one teaching white women this and that. She was like, exactly. You don't need to be the one teaching white women. And then she was like, I understand that, but if not me, then who? And then she was like, girl, if it was black women, I would be doing the same thing. And I do believe that. I do believe that Ebony would be doing the same thing. It doesn't matter. This is something that she's passionate about. However, girl, first of all, you interrupting Leah. You're not letting her talk. You're not listening. When someone is talking to you and you're talking at the same time, I believe that it's impossible to listen. I do. I also believe that because when somebody is talking, we only take about 80% and remember about 80% of what somebody is saying to us, because we're just grabbing pieces of information. If you're really not listening, you're just grabbing pieces of information. And if you're talking at the same time, there's no way that you're going to be able to hear it or process what the other person's experience was. You're telling them what their experience was. That's not fair. I don't think it's fair. Victoria comes over Luann's house. Victoria is Luann's daughter. We all know. Victoria looks just like her father. When I tell you, she has a face. When I was like, let me go look at what was his name? De Lesseps. What was his name? The Count. What was his name? I'm not about to look it up. Philip? No, it's not Philip. I gotta look it up. Alexander Philip, honey. Alexander de Lesseps. Yes. Victoria looks just like her dad. Like the same. I was like, damn, she looked really, the face, the way her face is structured, like she kind of has like a square, she has like really pronounced jaw line. It's very strong. but like it kind of squares out. She looks like her dad, like just like her dad. I didn't see Luann in her at all. I wonder what the son looks like. Anyway, so Victoria shares with us that she also stopped drinking as well. They sit down and they have this conversation. And she basically just tells Luann that when she was going through her shit and like in the throes of her alcoholism, that she wasn't the best mother. She wasn't the best person to be around. We all know Luann was going through her shit. She was going through a lot. And I don't know what was going on with Luann. I don't think we ever like kind of delved into it. I don't think it was just Tom. It was something else happening with Luann. I don't remember. Do y'all remember? Anyway, so Luann says ever since she's been grounded and present, and she's not been drinking, so her relationships with people have changed. I thought that was so important that she said that. She says, I feel so much better. Victoria was like, girl, because you was a mess. You were a mess, and you were not the best to be around. And Luann says that her relationship with her father was also an alcoholic, I think. And she says it really affected me. Her father was also like, she was like a daddy's girl at the same time. Father was an alcoholic. So, you know, they say alcoholism is hereditary. I don't know. They people say that, like addiction, being prone to addiction is hereditary. Not necessarily alcoholism. I think it's just addiction. I don't know. It's a mental illness. So I don't know if it could be hereditary. I guess so. Her daughter says, and I thought this was the best, all I wanted you to do was acknowledge the insanity and say sorry. And Luann gave her a hug. She said sorry. I got really emotional because let me tell you something. Parents, you think you're the best parent. You think because your child didn't wind up in drug rehab or down to the welfare office or in jail or strung out on drugs or homeless, you think you did okay with your child. You really truly believe that. Even if your child is telling you, hey, we didn't have the best experience growing up. Even though I turned out okay, I still have emotional issues. I got a little mental issue. I got some abandonment issues, all from your parenting. You see, Luann talked about her daddy. You see, she was getting ready to create a cycle with her daughter because her daughter was already drinking, all right, and had to stop drinking too. So you sitting there with a cycle happening. Luann, when you as a parent and your child is telling you, your adult child is telling you how they experienced you, and you fail to apologize because you feel like you didn't do anything wrong, or you feel like you did the best you could, even though a person is sitting across from you explaining to you how they experienced you, and you still don't apologize. That's why some of your relationship with your parents are fucked up now, because the parents did not apologize, nor did they acknowledge their wrongdoings. And I thought it was perfect. I said, that's exactly what Victoria needs, is her mother to acknowledge what she did and then apologize. Some parents, you can't even, baby, I know, especially in brown communities. I said it, brown, across the board, okay? From Indian to Latin to black to across the boards. When you tell your parent that you have a critique of their parenting, first of all, they don't want to fucking hear it. They don't want to hear shit about how they parented at all. They don't want to hear it. They're going to say they didn't remember. I know y'all nodding your head and saying yes. Oh, I didn't remember. I don't remember doing that. You know what stuck out in my head is when T.S. Madison, she tells a story about a whooping that her mother gave her brother, I think for wearing something of Madison's, and wore her little brother out. Her mother says, I don't remember that. She was like, bitch, we was there. I don't understand how you don't remember. But I also think that parents, when they are disciplining in rage, they're unconscious. I believe that too. So I can believe that they kind of compartmentalize when they were abusive to their children and they don't remember it. And they stifle it and they don't remember it. And then when you tell them this is what you did to me, they'll be like, no, I didn't. Yeah, you don't remember it because you weren't on the other end of that abuse. I'm sorry I trailed off, but I love that Luann apologized to Victoria, because there are a lot of adult children whose parents have never apologized. And not only apologize, bitch, what is the best form? What is the best apology? What is the best apology? Not the word I apologize, not I'm sorry. It's changed behavior. That's what it is. Because you can apologize every day and still be the same fucked up person. It don't matter. Shout out to Charlamagne the God for always saying that, because it's true. Leah talks about getting her daughter into private school, a private high school. She has a little trepidation about it because she doesn't want her daughter to be around elitists. The elite community that comes with being in a private school. She doesn't want her daughter. She prefers her daughter being in public school, where she can have a diverse group of friends, all races, all socioeconomic levels, all religions, all cultures. Let me tell you something. Even though I went to private school until the 9th grade, I had a very diverse group of friends. I was only black girl, but I had a very diverse group of friends growing up, like very diverse. So shout out to Leah for wanting that for her daughter, but she's saying that her mom is being a little overbearing about it. So Ebony goes over to Ramona's house. Girl, this video is long. Ebony goes over to Ramona's house. This is how I knew Ebony was on some bullshit. Let me tell you why I knew she was on some bullshit. When they made the toast, I don't know if y'all noticed it. They toasted. When they toasted, Ramona drank. Ebony did not. She put the glass up to her mouth, but she couldn't even take a sip because she had to say something about politics to Ramona. Isn't it great that we're going to have a woman VP? Ramona is visibly uncomfortable in her own home. This is where I have a problem with it, because you're in this lady's house. That's where I have a problem. You're on her turf, and you're coming in wanting and forcing her to have a conversation that she has explained explicitly is making her uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck what the topic is. I don't care what the topic is. If somebody is telling you, I don't want to talk about this, this is making me uncomfortable, I'm getting mad. This is making me uncomfortable in my own home. It is your job to stop what you're doing. Ebony was on some other shit. You can tell, even the way she was like, she had this smile that like this, like, her lips were like kind of like very like I don't know, they were like very tight, but she had this fake little smile on her face. Girl, when I tell you, I was like, Ebony, I would have kicked Ebony out. You would have had to get out, because you were doing that shit on purpose. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. Not at all. Not at all. She needed to get to her point. She didn't even take a sip of her toast, right? Ebony's smile was weird as fuck, right? Ramona gets up, she walks over, I think she walks over to like the little bar area. She's like, I don't want to talk about politics with my friends. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about politics, right? Damn, lady, her booty was jiggling. Sorry, y'all. Got distracted. That lady has on, you know them, girl, let me say. Okay, anyway, so even after they kind of like stop talking about it, Ebony starts talking about it again. Like, she brings it right back to politics and talking about politics. I thought you would understand. You know, where I thought we could meet on a common ground. Let me tell you something, Ebony K. Williams. Ramona is part of the 54%. Ramona, she knows where power lies, and it's not in being a woman, it's being white. So you are not going to meet Ramona on common ground by saying we both identify as women. She's not there. She's going to where the power lies, and that's with whiteness and with males, okay? She knows that. That's why she votes against her own self-interest as a woman, because she knows where the power structure and who controls the power structure. You're not going to meet with her on being a woman. That doesn't matter to her at all. Forget about it. She says, I feel like you're teaching me. I feel like you're preaching to me. And then Ebony, what really pissed me off, she was like, so what have I taught you? I said, bitch, did she really just ask this bitch, what have I taught you? She said, I feel like you're teaching me and preaching to me. And she goes, what have I taught you? She goes, nothing. I was like, Ebony, you're doing the most. And I don't know what she had up her ass when she walked through that door. I didn't like it. I did not like. Y'all liked what she did to Ramona? I don't fuck with Ramona. Y'all know. I cannot stand Ramona Singer. I don't even know how Ramona Singer has friends, okay? Because I can't deal with her. But you don't do that in somebody's home. That's not cool. And be that aggressive and that passive and then smile. And then when she told you, bitch, you're gaslighting me, you were. Because you were sitting there telling her that you weren't doing what you were doing. And so you were telling her that what she was experiencing, her reality, wasn't what was happening. You were gaslighting her. That's exactly what you were doing, Ebony. Ramona leaves out of the room. She goes into her bedroom to try to calm herself down because I know she don't want to kick this lady out of her house. So she just goes to the other room. She's sitting on the bed. She's talking to herself. So she comes out with this thing and she says, me and Avery have these matching things. I just really want to be in a happy place. And she was like, and you're not the only one. The ladies feel like we're being lectured all the time. And you have this platform and you use it to educate us, right? And we're just trying to figure out, this is what the girls are saying in the other scene, when is it going to loosen up? Because you're even all around here, we could tell you tight. You real tight around your mouth, right? I noticed, I was like, why is she so tight around her mouth trying to smile? She looked like it was like, I didn't like the way Ebony was presenting herself. I didn't like it. I was like, Ebony, girl, no, you are wrong. You're wrong. You are wrong. Anyway, you're teaching these women, you're trying to get them to learn about blackness and this and that, but it's like you're forcing them to learn instead of making it be like, hey, this is a little bit about me. Let me tell you a little bit about it's every time we have a conversation, you're teaching, you're lecturing, you're preaching, you're trying to get us to see this. Girl, relax. Re-fucking-lax. Like, relax. When the time presents itself to correct, do it. But every single time, I don't want to feel like I got the black power police in my friend group. Even amongst all black girls, I don't want the black power police in my friend group. No. Relax. Period. I know you're upset. You don't have to be upset. Girl, I was like, Ebony, girl. Ebony was being passive aggressive and she was staying calm at the same time. So that's how you know she was on some other shit. And I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. Ramona starts hugging Ebony. She was like, I want to be receptive to your feelings. I want to listen to you. But it's like, I don't want to feel like you're lecturing me. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like you're lecturing me. I think it's important for people to have a diverse friend group so you can learn. But I think the learning should be natural and organic and not forced. That's how I feel. That is how I feel. There's that lady's butt again. She says, and then this is what I want to ask you. Can someone be forced or be receptive to forced education? You let me know, okay? She says, you're a strong white woman. She told her she was a strong black bitch. Girl, okay. And so they end up making up. I I didn't like it. I did not like the way that Ebony showed up in that scene. It was very triggering for me. I don't like people to fucking play with me. Don't play with me. Don't try to get me to talk about something I don't want to talk about. Don't try to get me to talk about something I told you makes me uncomfortable. People have family members they know are Trump supporters. They know the conversations they can have with those people. That's family. You just met this woman. You know that Ramona is a Trump supporter. You know it. And you know her candidate did not win. So now you in here in the guise of womanhood gloating to her. Like your candidate didn't win, bitch. How you feel about a woman president? A black Asian woman. How you feel about that? Girl, what? I don't want to talk about it. First of all, my candidate didn't win. Now, if Ramona would have went off, we would all be down here saying she was wrong. But you're in my house. I don't like that, Ebony. I just don't like it. I didn't like it at all anyways. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about the entire episode. What did you think about the Harlem Renaissance Party? What did you think about Luann and her daughter? What did you think about Ramona and Ebony and what happened in that scene? I just didn't like it. I was looking at Ebony like, bitch, I would have kicked your ass out of my shit. I don't want to talk. And she tells her, I'm triggered. That's the word to let you know. That's the safe word to let you know, girl, I need to stop. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. I know this video was super duper long. I had a lot to say. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Peace.